Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jonay. This is the look that I'm doing for you today. If you want to see it, keep on watching. Please make sure to thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment. Alright, starting off with my Rodan & Fields Unblemished Oil Control Lotion. It just is my favorite moisturizer. Next, I'm going to my Danessa Myricks Beauty Oil. And this just helps your foundation to meld beautifully into the skin. I love this stuff. It's a dry oil, which is it's new for me. It's a new addition to my routine. Now I'm doing my primer. It's by the Oridinary. It's the High Adherence Silicone Primer. This stuff is like glue, and when I say that, I mean your foundation is not going anywhere. It feels incredible on the skin, and it's super reasonably priced. It's less than $5. Can't beat that with a stick. Love it. Good stuff. All right, this is my primer spray. It's by Skindinavia. I was planning on going out this evening, and so I wanted to make sure that I did everything to make sure my makeup did not move. Now I'm moving on to my brows. I use Wonder Brow. And I use two different colors. I use black brown or brown black, I can't remember, and jet black. And now I preach about not using jet black for your brows. However, I only use it on the ends of my brows. I do have my eyebrows microbladed, but I do need a touch up, and so I like to use the darker color on the ends of my brows. But I keep the black brown or brown black, whatever it is. I like to use that up near the front, and so that way it's a more natural color up near the front of my brows. So this is the one I'm starting off with. That's the black, brown, brown, black. I'm just going to keep calling it that because I can't remember what it's called. And so I'm just using a dual-ended brush. It's a little angled brush, and it's got a little spoolie on the other end, and so I just applying it to the front of my brows. Sometimes you just gotta sing stuff randomly. That's how I feel. And then I use the other end to just kind of, I apply and I brush and I apply and I brush, and I go back and forth and do this over and over. And now I'm going into the jet black, and I am using that just for the tail end of my brows. I know it looks crazy right now, but I promise it'll all come together. It's kind of how makeup is it looks real crazy before it looks real good, but I promise it'll look good. So I'm really happy with the results of my microblading. It's been over a year now since I've gotten them done. I got them done by a fabulous lady. She is on Instagram. Her name is Brow You Doing. Love her. Okay, so going in with my NYX brow tint, and this just kind of helps to blend the brown into the black, and so it just fades nicely together. All right, this is my oldie but my goodie. It's my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I love this stuff. I've used it for years. I've tried other stuff. Just go back to it because I like it and it works. I use the original just because it doesn't have a color, and that way I don't have to keep switching up depending on what kind of look I'm doing. It just works for everything, so that's really convenient. And this is a staple in my kit as well. All right, so this is my LA Girl concealer. This stuff is super cheap, but it works so well. Oh my gosh. So I'm using that just to kind of clean up underneath my brows. If you're not so good at your brows, that's fine. Slap them on there, and then you can go back with the concealer. And I like this concealer again because it's super cheap. You can get it just about anywhere for less than $5. They have a great range of colors. It's very inclusive in their color range, and it has a little brush on the end, so that's great for your initial application. Now I'm taking a little synthetic blending brush, and I'm just blending that concealer out. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. I am on my way to being done with a cold. So anyway, this is my NYX Cosmetics Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. That is the longest name. This is the color dark. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just setting that concealer with a skin tone powder. And the reason I'm doing that is when you go back to blend out your eyeshadows, they're going to blend so much easier. Sorry, I am blind. I wear glasses, and so when you're doing your eyes and you don't have on glasses, you have to put the mirror super close. So sorry that the mirror blocks my eyeballs sometimes. So I put a little more concealer on my lids, and the reason for that is my eyelids are really pigmented. They're much darker than the rest of my lids, and so I want my colors to be true. So I basically just use that just to kind of even out the color of my lids, and now I'm putting more of that Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in dark over my lids. Now going back, that is a MAC palette. It's discontinued now, but basically you're just going to get a skin tone eyeshadow, something just a hair deeper than your skin tone, and this is one of our transition colors. So the reason you do this is you want to build colors, and you're going to layer color on top of color on top of color. Now I'm going in with another palette. Both of these are by Patrick Starr. He did a collection for MAC. This color is just a little darker than the first color that I used, and I'm using this. The first color I went in my crease and above my crease. This one I'm doing in my crease and a little below my crease. So everything is on top of each other. Everything is blended, so you can't really tell where one color starts and the next color stops. Okay, going in with another color. Again, going darker and darker, deeper and deeper, and going lower and lower. And so again, I was planning on going out this particular evening, so I was like, you know what? I never go out. We're gonna be a little extra. So this is definitely not an everyday look. This is not what I do going to work. This is not what I do going to church. This was going out, and therefore, you could be a little extra. Take a little more time. And if y'all want me to show you like an everyday look, something really simple, non-dramatic, non-extra, I can do that. Okay, so this is my new palette by Lyńe Cosmetics. Y'all, look at this. First of all, seriously, whew, all those colors. I'm so excited. So this was my first time digging into it. And so I was going to an all-black party, and so I decided to do a black smoky eye. Just a classic, can't go wrong, black smoky eye. So the black in this palette is pretty pigmented. And the thing about it also is that it's buildable. So I think it's a great palette to get for those of you that are just starting to do makeup. Because it's buildable, you can put on a little color and get a little bit of payoff, or you can put on more and it's going to give you that depth and that richness that you want. But so far, I'm really digging the palette. It's nice and black. And Lyńe Cosmetics is a woman-owned brand, and she's a black woman-owned brand. And that's really cool because there's not a lot of cosmetic brands out there that are owned by black women. And so that's always really, really a cool thing. So now I am taking a fluffy angled brush, and I'm not really adding a ton of additional shadow, just a little bit more of the black. And I went to a fluffier brush because now I'm wanting to blend out the edges of the black. So the eye I'm working on now, you can see like it started off really like a harsh line. And now, because I've got that fluffy brush, everything is blending out and it's just kind of blurring. So like I said before, you don't really want to see where color starts and stops. So that was the black that I used on the lid, and now I'm going into that kind of rust brown color, and I'm adding that onto the edge. I'm switching my brushes. I'm going to kind of a fluffy brush, and I'm just blending that out. Again, you just want everything to be seamless. So you see, you can't really tell where one color is starting and one color is stopping. And I figured this is a good time to do kind of a dark smoky eye because it's Christmas time and people are going to Christmas parties and getting all jazzy. So this is a perfect time of year to do a little extra on your eyes. Try something new. If you've never done a smoky eye, just do it. Try it. Now, I will tell you, this is not something you just try the day you're going out. I always encourage all of my clients who are learning to do makeup, sit and play. Turn into a 16-year-old girl and just play. You don't like it, wipe it off, try again. It's just makeup. It's not permanent. So now this is Beauty Bakery's foundation. It's their cake mix. Can't talk. Cake mix foundation. This foundation is amazing. Right now I'm primarily using it on the center of my face, and the reason for that is it was my perfect shade. However, a few weeks ago I went to the beach, and when I went to the beach I got nice and brown, and so it doesn't match my face, like my whole face anymore, but it still matches kind of like the inner portion of my face. And so I use it now basically on the higher points of my face. So under my eyes, my chin, around my mouth. And that part of your mouth, that part of your face is actually called like your muzzle. It sounds crazy. Now this foundation I'm using now, I'm switching because it's a little darker. It's by the Oridinary. I love the Oridinary. It's a Canadian brand. This foundation, y'all, I mean, I'm so serious. This foundation, I want to say, is less than $8. It's probably way less than that. They have a beautiful color range, and it stays on beautifully. It wears beautifully. Yeah, like, it's just a great product. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are amazing brands out there that are really, really pricey and really expensive and wonderful. But then there's also great products that are not. So you don't have to spend your whole paycheck, all your coins, in order to look fabulous. So I'm going back with my LA Girl concealer. This is an oldie but a goodie. It's been around for years, but it works for me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do try other brands though, but I always seem to come back to this. So the reason I am applying this shade, and it's much lighter than what you would expect, is because when you look in the mirror without makeup on, we're not one flat color. We are different shades. We're lighter around the center of our face, and we're darker around the perimeter. So this is bringing that dimension back to my face. And y'all, I'm doing what works for me. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to do it. You do what you want. It's makeup. It's fine. So anyway, blend, 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 blend. I take forever to blend, but that's because it's really important. You want everything blended out, everything seamless. Again, I look crazy, but that's part of the process of makeup. This is kind of why I don't really like clients to look at their face halfway through, because if they do, they're going to see themselves and they're going to go, no Lord, I look crazy, I'm out of here. But it's just like when you're cooking, you can't eat the food halfway through preparation. It ain't finished yet. So this is another oldie but goodie. It's just a yellow toned translucent powder. This one is by Nye. It's their banana powder. Another wonderful one is by Sasha Cosmetics, and that's a beautiful one too. I just don't happen to have that one right now, so I'm using what I have. So, yep, just adding powder. And I tend to be, this way it just kind of helps to set everything, and just keeps everything nice and bright on the inside of my face. And I just do this with a powder puff. Now I'm adding extra. And I'm adding extra because I decided that since I'm going out, I'm going to put on some glitter. Yes, and this is by NYX Cosmetics, and it's back in black. This is their glitter adhesive. It's wonderful. I'm really, really pleased with it so far. And I'm going to try to remember to put links to everything down in the description box. If I forget something, just comment and ask me, and I'll tell you. I'm not one of those people that doesn't share anything. I like, if I have it and I know it, you can know it too. So now I am just, you just dip your brush in the glitter adhesive. You want to use a synthetic brush. Basically, you want to use synthetic brushes for creams. You can use synthetic brushes for creams, powders, anything. But when it comes to natural hair brushes, you want to stick to powders for those. Those typically don't do so well when you have creams or anything like that, like an adhesive or anything like that. So this glitter is a black glitter. It's super pretty. I love this stuff. NYX Cosmetics has so many amazing colors of glitter. And as anybody that knows me knows that if you cut me, I bleed glitter. I love glitter. It makes me happy on a rainy day. See a little glitter? Just smile. You can't help it. Just makes me happy. So I'm putting that on top of the black shadow that I did before. And again, this is a black glitter, so this is going to actually, it just adds, it's still black, it's still nice and rich and dark, but it just adds that little bit of sparkle. So like when you turn your head, it's like, what? What's that? I don't know. It's fabulous. Love it. So now I'm just dusting off that extra powder. And I'm going back into my Lyńe Cosmetics. The name of that palette, by the way, is the Unfold palette. And so I went back into that palette and I got some more of the black shade. And I am going underneath my eyes, smoking that out. And then I am taking a little bit more and just putting it on the outer corner of my eye. Just so that way it kind of blends into the glitter. And then I am going to take the rust color that I used above my eye, and I'm using a little bit of that and going below my lash line. So basically it'll blend out from the black to the brown. I have super bad allergies and they were acting up really bad this particular day. I don't know what I was looking at. Something was fascinating over there. So now I am just taking that Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Dark, and I am powdering over where I had put that banana powder just to bring some of the warmth back to my face. And I love this powder because it powders the skin, but it doesn't leave it super matte, which is just not natural looking. Now I am using their Deep Dark, same kind of powder, just a different shade in Deep Dark. And I'm using that on the rest of my face, so on my cheeks and around my chin and on my forehead. Just blending. Now this is one of my favorite products. This is by NYX. It's the Stay Matte Not Flat foundation powder. I'll fluctuate. I'll go back and forth between this and the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural on my whole face. I have other shades, but this particular shade is the Deep Dark, and I use that for my contour. I don't do a ton around my forehead because I don't have a giant forehead, and so I don't want to make it look like a two-head. So I am putting it around my jawline, defining my jawline, getting rid of that extra chin that I'm working to get rid of. All right, so now I'm going to take my Dark Deepest Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, and I'm going to contour my nose just a little bit. I am not trying to make my nose look like razor thin. That's not my preferred look. I just want to bring shape and depth back to my face. Again, your face isn't flat, and so when you use foundations and powders and all of that, and it does even out everything. However, you can lose those beautiful highs and lows that the face naturally has. So I use that. And so now this is a highlighter. It's from Sonia Kashuk. You can get this at Target. This thing is old as dirt, but I love it. It's so pretty. And see, I'm not one of those like people that likes to put so much highlight on that people need glasses. I mean, that's beautiful and it works for them. It just doesn't work well for me. But again, it's makeup. If it works well for you, do it. That's fine. So I am highlighting above my lip and my nose. Again, I don't know what is over there. I think I was watching Criminal Minds. That's my jam. All right, so highlighting my face. And I'm adding highlight basically because I want light to reflect off of my face, and it just makes my non-existent cheekbones stand out. Putting on a little blush. I love orange and coral blushes. I think they look beautiful on deeper skin tones. It looks really natural. I just used a setting spray. It was by Skindinavia Oil Control. And this is the Lash Paradise mascara. This stuff you can get at the drugstore. My lord, when I tell you this mascara is coming for, it's coming for the big brands. It's coming for Tarte and Lancome and Too Faced. Like, this mascara is stupid. Like, it's just dumb. Y'all see my lashes? Y'all see my lashes? I have pretty good lashes, but this mascara is just dumb. It's disrespectful. It is just disrespectful how good this mascara is. And so you can kind of see the way I put on my mascara. I put it on the top, so I pull it out on the top and I go underneath. When I wear false lashes, I don't typically like to put mascara on the false lashes just because I feel like it cakes them up. So that's just not how I like to do it. If that's how you like to do it, go ahead. All right, now I decided to go back in with more glitter because why not? And this is another shade by NYX Cosmetics. It is called Oprah. And I asked the owner of NYX Cosmetics how she came up with the name of Oprah. I got to meet her when I went to IMATS this year in Atlanta. It was their first time there. I hope y'all come back. IMATS, please come back to Atlanta. It was so much fun. I learned so much. But I asked her how she came up with the name Oprah. And she said, when I saw this shade, it just reminded me of Oprah. And it is. It's beautiful and it's bronzy and chocolatey. That's how Oprah is. She's a beautiful, bronzy lady. So I decided to pop a little bit of that on my inner corner. Yeah. I love glitter. Like, it's sad. I'm doing this voiceover and I'm actually smiling because I love glitter. It's sad. I have a problem. Alrighty, so now I am going in. I forgot to show you what this is, but this is a lip liner by NYX, and the color is Espresso. It's just a nice rich brown. With this dramatic eye, I decided to do a nude lip. But there's no rules in makeup. There used to be like, okay, if you're going to do a big heavy eye, do a nude lip or soft lip. If you're going to do a big bold red lip, then you need to do a neutral eye. No, do what you want. This is just what I decided to go for this day. I put on a little gloss. Boom, magic. Took my hair down. And this is the final look. This is it.